When she pushed open the studio door, she carried the scent of sea breeze with her. The sun was bright that day, filtering through the gaps of her coat for a moment. I almost thought she'd just stepped off the ocean. She's from Portugal, a documentary director who spent years filming coastal ecosystems and fishing village life. "I want to customize a ring," she said. "Something that can accompany me as I keep heading toward the sea." She pulled a thick notebook from her bag. Its cover was water-stained by tides, the edges frayed white. Flipping to a page, she pointed to a photo taken with an old camera. The sea at low tide, ripples gently undulating. "I filmed waves dozens of times," she said. "But only when the wind dies down did I feel like I truly saw the sea's nature, not the turbulence. But the breath." She didn't want the usual wave designs, nor delicate, regular curves. "I want the quietest yet most resilient strength of ocean waves," she paused. "The kind of force that pushes you forward, again and again in life." In that moment, I suddenly understood her real need. It wasn't to depict the sea, but to carry its rhythm. So I set out to make her this ring. I started with a wax mold, no ruler, no sketch, just shaping it to the rhythm of tides I remembered. Each tool stroke went in a different direction, sometimes light, sometimes abrupt, like seawater reluctantly curving around rocks. I carved irregular edges with a slight upward lift of force that's about to rise but hasn't fully erupted. During the lost wax casting process, I deliberately kept the naturally formed textures. Many designers polish edges smooth after the silver solidifies, but I chose to preserve the tide line roughness, the fine marks only years of sea breeze can leave. The surface isn't meant to be smooth. Instead, the textures mimic the undulations of underwater sand dunes, rhythmic but asymmetrical. The blue gemstone is the heart of the ring. She originally wanted a clear stone, but the second I placed a deep blue gem in the textured indentation, I knew this is the sea's true color. Not the bright blue reflected from the sky, but the cool blue deep in the ocean that sunlight can't reach. I set the gem not to stand out like traditional stones, but to be gently held by the waves, subtle rather than prominent. On the day it was finished, she came to the studio again. The moment she put on the ring, she fell quiet. Light from the window hit the silver's folds, and the reflection wasn't dazzling, it was a soft flow. She turned her finger, letting the sapphire sway gently in the light. "Waves don't roar," she whispered. "They just keep moving forward." She told me that over the years, she's filmed many coastal documentaries and witnessed villages changed by storms, low tides, and shifts. "I suddenly realized," she said, "waves aren't just a natural phenomena, they're a way of life. No two waves are the same, and their direction isn't fully controllable. But they always move forward." I watched her trace the ring's textures repeatedly, the bumps and dents seeming to breathe under her fingertips. Her final words were as soft as the receding tide. "This ring will remind me, don't just film the crests, and don't just wait for calm winds. Remember, the sea is always in motion." In that moment, I knew this wasn't just a piece of jewelry. It was a rhythm, sealed in silver and woven into her life. As she left the studio, sunlight fell on her finger, and the ring glowed with an irregular yet unshakable light, just like the waves, never repeating, but always moving forward.